tell you.
He's a tech-savvy guy, gonna show you the way. You better load your bags, cause crypto's here to stay. Listen up, gonna teach you about this and that. But he's just a goofy guy in a straw hat. So join in and have a laugh. It's gonna be a good time, that's a fact. Information and crypto parodies. Sit back and enjoy the show. You just never know which way you'll go. So get ready for Digit Spinning Crypto.
Hey, it's Dino, Digit Spin Crypto, and you guys made it tonight. I'm so excited to be here and glad we were able to do a live show for tonight. Now, obviously I'm just a goofy guy in a straw hat, so I'm just mumbling on YouTube and take whatever information you can from that, have some fun with it, learn from it, add it to your broad breadth of knowledge so that you can make better decisions as you go along. Now, we're going to talk about some good stuff tonight. We're going to give away some Electroneum. We're going to give away some Webdollars from the show, the 1,000 subscriber show. We're going to talk about why you don't want to purchase women coin. We're going to talk about that. There's a YouTuber out there that was talking about how he made money off of women coin, and I'm going to tell you why it's a dangerous thing to do. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to take a look at the ETN mining. If we can, we're going to dip into some Webdollars, some BitTube, and of course our favorite Electroneum. We'll sneak in some Bitcoin stuff too as we go along. So let's take a look and welcome everybody. I see so many people out there, and I'm glad that you guys made it. Let's take a look here. Now, since we hit the 1,000 subscriber, you guys will see I now have Super Chat. Now, I don't know what that does for me, but I see here that Paul donated $2 to the Digit Spin Crypto Show, so we appreciate that. We'll put that to good use for giveaways and equipment and what have you that we use here in the show. Thank you very much, Paul. Very generous of you and thoughtful. Let's see if I'm able to see that in my other system. Boy, I don't think I can. So it's only on the chat, and I can't bring it up on the screen itself, apparently. So not much I can do there. But again, I do thank you, Paul. And if I learn, I'm going to learn how to code this so that I can add super chats to the DigitSpin live chat system. Where is it? Right here. So that I can put those things up there. So I have both of the screens on so I can take a look and see when they come across and you know, add it to the collection of good stuff here that I display on the screen. Alright, so let's take a look, see what we got out there. There's a whole bunch of folks. We'll start off, obviously we have M-Kid, we have Paul, the Angry Herring, Michael's out there, good to see you. H-Bomb, my friend, Matthew Gray's in the house, 99 cents. Make sure you visit his channel. I'm sure most of you that watched it has been know of Matthew Gray, but if you don't and you're new, you want to check out Matthew Gray at 99 cents. He does an awesome show, and can't wait to get him back here live on the screen so we can chat with him. We'll have to do that as soon as possible if he wants to. We got XXY out there. Stephen Elliott's out there. Naga's out there. Naga from the Naga tribe. Naga Bo. So congratulations to you, Naga. Appreciate you stopping by. So Angry Heron just donated NOK. So we appreciate that. 100 pieces of NOK. Very thoughtful. And we do thank you for that contribution to the show. Daily News is out there. Phoenix Rising's out there. Oh, it's a whole lot of you guys. So we appreciate you guys stopping by. It's all good stuff. Now, I do have to say, and Kid cracked me up. He had noticed we were setting up the show, and before we even got a chance to set it up, M Kid goes, "Hey Dino, just want to let you know, you already got 2 dislikes on the show, and it hasn't even started." Yeah, you know, I have my trolls. There's some people that insist on just arguing and fighting with people. I don't understand it. They're not capable of having a conversation. So I guess we probably have about 10 people that the moderators have banned. I usually don't get a chance to do that. I let the moderators, you'll see them on the chat with the little wrenches. They monitor the chat, and if they feel that you're being ugly to other people, they ban you. So it's just the way it happens. So of course I get my trolls. So that means I'm doing something right. The good thing is that they don't realize by clicking on like, I still get credit for that. So whether you click like or dislike, it gives you an interaction score. So it's all good. Don't bother me. But I do appreciate everybody that likes, comments, and subscribes to the show. It's all good. I'm gonna put that up there on the screen. So do that now if you get a chance. It does help, and I appreciate the interaction. It allows Google to say, hey, these guys are getting people to interact with the show, and it helps in the ranking so that I can get put in the schedule to go forward from there. So it all works out good for everybody. So thank you again, Angry Herring. We do appreciate you presenting that. Now, what we want to do tonight is we want to give away some Webdollars and Electroneum. So we're going to want to do that tonight. Now, originally we were scheduled to give away 1,000 Webdollar and 1,000 Electroneum. And, you know, I thought about it, and the mining went really good this week. So instead of giving away 1,000 Electroneum and just 1,000 Webdollar, we're going to give away 5 1,000 Webdollar prizes tonight. So we're going to keep picking through it, and I'm going to give away a total of 5,000 Webdollars. I was lucky enough to get some contributions from the community. Now, Webdollar is a community coin. There's nobody that runs it, owns it. Everybody participates, and the community gave me some extra Webdollars to hand out to you guys. So we're going to give away 5, count them, 5 $1,000 Webdollar awards tonight, as long as we can find them. And there's a good chance that somebody could get hit twice, so that's going to be a good thing. Now, regarding Electroneum, I'm going to up that too. Luckily, with the price being down, F2 Pool shut off their miners. So that means instead of just making 220 coins a day, I was making 350, 400 coins a day. So with that extra, we're going to give away a couple. What I'd like to do tonight is to give away 3 $1,000 1,000 Electroneum. I gotta keep my mind together there. 3 1,000 Electroneum prizes. So there'll be a total of 3. So we're gonna give away 3,000 Electroneum, 5,000 Webdollars. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great, and we'll do it throughout the show. We'll pick and choose and find our winners as we go along. So let's write an Electroneum. Let's write Webdollar on here. I'm gonna bring up the picker. Let's get one right now. Let's pick a Webdollar one right now as we're talking. Let's see here. Let's bring this up. Let's go to the YouTube and let's get my head out of the way. Put me down here. Let's bring up the show. That was on YouTube last time I checked. And let's go to the Digit Spin channel. Let's find the show entry. And the digit spin. And the digit spin 1000 subs spectacular show. Let's grab the share. And we're going to copy that. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that. And we're going to paste that right in here. And there's the show link. And let's fetch. Let's see if we get a Webdollar. It's loaded in 81 entries. So now, keep in mind the rules are as follows. I'm going to keep picking until I find a Webdollar entry. So if your name comes up and it says Electroneum only, I'm going to skip over it because this is going to be for Webdollar only. Alright? So keep that in mind. Webdollar only. Alright. Here we go. First one. Let's turn off the dollar bill drop. And ETN. Yes, we have a Webdollar entry. Pencea Dan-Alexandru. He is our first winner for Webdollar. I am going to send out 1,000 Webdollars to Alexander. Yay! Give him a big round of applause. So I'm going to write this down because I don't want to miss it because I'm giving away so much stuff tonight. Alexandru. And he won himself 1,000 Webdollars. I'm going to be sending these out tonight and tomorrow. So by tomorrow you should have them. I'll post all of the transactions in this show, in the details of the transactions. So that's our first #1 giveaway. We got a total of 8 giveaways to go tonight. Let's take a look at the screen and see what you guys are talking about. Alright. There was tons of stuff out there. And let's see what we got. I'm going to just kind of go through it as fast as I can. There's just so many entries. And so if I miss your comment, it's done on purpose. I can't keep up with everything. So let's see what we got here. H-bomb. It's good. You guys crack me up. Michael says, hey Dino, I just want to let you know it's always great to see a live show and to meet up with everybody else, and we do appreciate you stopping in to do that. It's a lot of fun. We kind of goof off and take a look at some stuff here. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna start. I can't start from the beginning. I'm gonna have to start somewhere in the middle here. Let's see what I can pull up. It's just too many entries. Alright, full MK, I'm not buying crypto. I'm just curious. I'm looking for any questions that there may be. And let's see what else we got. Yeah, so H-bomb goes, hey, I just want to let you know, yeah, wow, everybody shows up to Dino's party. I appreciate that, guys. It's always good to see everybody come in and talk and chat amongst yourselves. It's pretty good. You guys are doing great, just kind of chatting with yourselves at the moment. So that's pretty good here. Let's see what else we got. So yeah, Daily News was saying, breaking news. Crypto Rich said that his next interview will be delayed. All deals are being processed, and we'll have an interview sometime in May. Yes, I did see that video. Crypto Rich being in the UK, apparently gets first dibs, and additionally he has, I guess, 21,000 subscribers, so it makes it easy for him to be able to, I guess, communicate and interact with Electroneum. So and he does a decent job. I wish you'd understand the material a little bit better. I think he was talking about Electroneum being worth 8,000 sats or something. So he misses the mark on a few things. But he's a great interviewer, gets the people to open up. He's very personable, and he provides a great service to the community. So now he was mentioning that Electroneum was working through some stuff, and that they are looking at mid to end of May. So for him to present anything. So don't expect any big news from Electroneum until middle to the end of May when things are going. Because I'm going to be honest with you, he's not going to come on anymore and try to tell us about the good stuff that they're working on. Because if things get delayed, everybody basically jumps the quarterback. And then he gets a lot of negative feedback from a small portion of the community. So and it's to his best interest not to say anything. And I know you guys get upset if he doesn't say anything, but it's in his best interest not to say anything, because otherwise he's just going to get beat up if it doesn't happen exactly the second that he said that it would. So he's better off coming in after the fact and talking about that, which leads me to this particular entry also. And I was giving some feedback to the Electroneum folks along with others, and it's good to just even give us an update, even if it's, hey, we're just working on stuff and we're just trying to make things come along and what have you. So this was from Rachel at Electroneum, and it's me again. Sorry things have been quiet. We've been busy, and we have a few staff members taking well overdue leave. So there's obviously some folks that haven't had a chance to take their vacation time, and while I guess Rich was on vacation and a few others, that it made sense to try to get some of the staff to take that vacation time also, so when they come back everybody can start hitting things as they go along. So here's just a quick update of what we're doing. It says the South African experiment is going better than we could have ever imagined. Electroneum is becoming more and more usable and expanding every day. There's a great vibe everywhere we visit, and more updates are to come. And of course they have their Twitter link. If you haven't had a chance to see that, it's very interesting. You can see all the great things they're doing with literally boots on the ground in South Africa. They're still working on the gGBBFTpQWjE+LhWCReIpV platform. They don't have a date for this. Obviously they're fine-tuning it, getting the little bugs out of it, double-checking everything, security checks, all that good stuff. Obviously there's been some issues with the application. The devs know about it, they're looking at it, and updates will go out accordingly. And I would tend to think that there's going to be updates for the app just in general as they start to do more and more of this interaction with the virtual mobile providers and mobile providers. They're happy to say the KYC process is running very good and efficient. They're down to 1 working day. I talked to Idrid from where he has his ETN set up and his ETN booth, and Gaina, I forgot the. Excuse me, it's late at night for me, and I've been up late. So they have set up a lot of the Electroneum. He's been setting up a lot of different vendors, getting a lot of different users. He's going to a concert to hit the kids, show them what the Electroneum's about. So he told me very specifically that the KYC process has been working really well for folks that have been wanting to sign up. So this statement seems to be true, and I'm glad to hear that. And all the updates will be available on the social media. So this is good stuff, and I applaud Electroneum for at least giving us an update, letting us know what's going on. Even if it's, hey, we're still working on this, it's good to know that there's some feedback, and it's important. All right. Let's take a look here, see what else we got on the screen. Let's go to the first one here. Hey, we got Christopher out there. Now, Christopher is a real good Electroneum guy. He's always involved. He's always checking out every video. This guy's everywhere. He's one of them dedicated Electroneum fans. So it's good to see Christopher here. We appreciate you. All right. Let's see here. Good. So I don't have too many questions here. Steve is saying that the domain was transferred to Amazon Web Services about a week ago. Yeah, the intent on that was to save some money going forward. This way they can pay for the services needed or used at the time. So that's always important. All right, let's get back to a few things. Now, the first one is, we had a YouTuber that came up and said, hey, I bought this thing called Woman Coin. So I want to review this with you and why this is a dangerous thing to do. And let me tell you a little bit about it. Now, if you take a look, you can go to CoinMarketCap, and this is for any coin that's, 2 or 3 pages down or further. You're going to want to look at these kinds of things. I want to try to show you some stuff so that you can understand what you're investing in. I'm not saying that it's a bad coin. I'm not saying that you can't make money with it. I want to make sure that you understand what you're doing when you do these types of things. So you take a look and on CoinMarketCap, and you'll notice a couple of things that I look for. I'm just going to part the information that I look for so that I can make a better decision when I'm investing. All right. And what I look for is, first thing is, obviously, let's take a look at the price. We're looking at, let's see, a tenth of a penny, a hundredth of a penny, a thousandth of a penny, 10,000ths of a penny, 2 10,000ths of a penny. So the first thing that comes to my mind are 2 things. I can get lots of coins for a little bit of money. The other thing that tells me is I can't really trade in Bitcoin with this because the value of Bitcoin is so great that if I bought one with just 1 Satoshi, I'd lose my shirt. All right, and this is the reason why you'll find that these particular coins are sold and traded in Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is 0.29 of a penny. All right, it's 30% of a penny. So if you break that down, you have more smaller micro nanobytes that you can pay. Okay, and let's go through this. First things that would come to my mind is this 24-hour value. That's a problem. All right, and when you go into the history of it and you start taking a look, if you go into the chart, I'm going to tell you why it's a problem. Let's look at the last 3 months just for fun and entertainment. It's going to load up the data here. All right, and you can see the value. You can see somebody obviously bought some probably in Bitcoin or what have you, and this is the reason why the price popped up, and I'm going to show you how this works. So if you look at the markets, you go to the markets tab, you'll take a look here. This is the problem that you got. At $170 of market value, of volume in 24 hours. So that means that you really can't buy. When I did the look at it, it ranged anywhere from $5 a day up to $300 when it hit the big bump. All right, so most of the time you look at $170 a day. You can't spend really more than $170 on this coin in any one day, or pull out $170 of this coin in one day without causing the price to go ballistic or the price to go to almost nothing. There's not enough liquidity in the coin. All right, so it's not like you can go in there and say, hey, I'm going to buy $1,000 of this stuff. You would make the price go ballistic. You couldn't probably buy $1,000 worth of it without making the price go up 25,000%. There's just not enough being sold. And the other thing is, once you have it, you really have no place to sell it. Now, keep in mind, when you buy a coin or a token, it says it's worth this, But it's only worth that if you find somebody who's willing to pay for it. If there's nobody out there willing to pay for it, it's worth nothing. It's like I collect, wacky packages and baseball cards and all that stuff, and I look up the little chart and I go into the magazine and it says, hey, this card's worth $50. Well, yeah, that's kind of what you would think to get for it. But if you go to actually sell it, you'll find that you're not going to get $50 for it. And if you have to sell it right away, you're going to go to one of the comic book stores or whatever, and they're going to give you $20 for it. All right, and they're going to turn around and put it at list price of $49.95. All right, but it's just you've got to have a buyer. And when this tells you you only have volume of nothing, you have volume of nothing. You have let's blow this up a little bit more. And you have all these volumes where there's nothing being traded, nobody's buying it, literally. I mean, that's not a figurative. That's literally nobody's buying it. And you have $170 buying it. You buy a few $100s of this stuff, it could take you 2 weeks to sell it, just $200 worth. So this tells you, obviously, this is not something that you're going to be buying a large quantity of in any stretch of the imagination. You can't get rid of it. And if you were to buy it, you would blow the pricing right out of the water. So you take a look at coinexchange.io and it kind of gives you the feel for it. Now, here's the next big thing. You'll notice that they exchange it in Dogecoin. Dogecoin, the reason why they sell it in Dogecoin, well, if you go to CoinMarketCap, let's bring up a new tab. Let's go to CoinMarket. And we're going to put in our favorite Doge. All right. So when you look at Dogecoin, it's, let's just call it 0.3 of a penny. 0.3 of a penny. All right. A total of 55 Satoshis. Now, because it's such a small amount, that's the reason why it's traded in Dogecoin. Because now you can break up the Dogecoin, and if you take a look at the Dogecoin, what it's going for, you got tens, hundreds, thousands. It's selling for thousandths, 1,000th of a Dogecoin. All right, that's 1,000th of a Satoshi. That means it's less than an actual Satoshi. And this is where the problem is. If you were to spend 1 Satoshi, say you traded on BTC on this, if you notice, obviously you can only trade 1 Satoshi, 2 Satoshis, and if you take a look, the value of that is about 12 times. 1 Satoshi is 12 times the going rate of the actual value of the coin. And that's where you run into a problem. So you got to make sure that if you're going to do these types of things, make sure you're using the right type of coin to exchange with. It's really important. Because if you take a look here, and I'm going to point this out, you see here, the price in Dogecoin is 2 1,000ths. 2 10,000ths. 2 10,000ths. If you were to buy it in Bitcoin, you see it here in Bitcoin, it's 53 10,000ths. So people that are trading in Doge, or say are trading in 2 10,000ths of a Satoshi, here they're trading and it's 53. And your value, if you bought 1 Satoshi worth, you've overpaid 10, 20, about 25 times. You've overpaid 2,500% by using the smallest fraction of a Bitcoin. And this is the reason why this coin, you'll see the price go up and down, because somebody accidentally pays for it with 1 Satoshi, and they paid 53 10,000ths, while everybody's trading at 2 10,000ths. And this is how you lose your shirt. This is how you turn $530 into $20 by making one purchase and turning it into $20. So you got to be very careful. Make sure you're using the smallest exchange rate that you can. And then obviously you're going to be purchasing small volume. You can't buy a whole lot without blowing the price out of the water. You take a look and you'll see here the sell orders. You can get a whole bunch of in Doge, like 20,000 Doge, which is what, $20 or something. But as soon as you spend that $20, you've raised the price from $68.94 to $68.95. You spend another $20 or $30, you've now raised it to $28.97. And so if you spend $300, you're gonna wipe out this entire sell, this entire buy, the sell book, and you're gonna bring the price up dramatically by just placing the one purchase. So you want to, if you're going to do it, you got to do one at a time, and you're going to collect this stuff, $20 at a clip. Yeah, consider it a long-term hobby. So this is the reason why you've got to be very, very careful when you're working with these, I was going to call them macro coins, but micro coins, but they're really like nano coins. You can easily lose your shirt, and I'd hate to see anybody that happen to anybody. And the good thing is, I guess a lot of these people have these coins. They wait for somebody to accidentally purchase it with a Satoshi, and so they put their sell order in there, and then they wait for somebody to accidentally pay for it with Bitcoin and overpay by 2,500%, and then they make the instant sale and make a few dollars on it for somebody else making a mistake. So be careful, enjoy yourself. Always take a look, see what is good for you, but keep these things in mind as you go and purchase these things. You can accidentally lose your investing money. All right, it's very dangerous to work with these smaller coins, and the odds of you getting your money out are going to be very difficult. So keep that in mind. All right. Hey, we got GRBs out there. It's good to see you. Glad you made it, GRB, to the show. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so you guys have got a lot of good conversations going on. I don't see any particular questions from me directly, so I'm going to keep going with what I got. Let's see, just want to make sure that there's no questions for me directly. Alright, very good. Now, let's talk about our buddy Webdollar. Let's take a look in here. Obviously, Webdollar's been doing some great things, and I'm just going to bring up Webdollar.io. You do that by going to Webdollar.io. The reason why I got involved with this here, anybody could do it. You can mine it on your computer, no matter what computer you have, and it works out really well. And the fact of the matter is that just by going to the website, it'll automatically create the wallet for you, and it'll use your PC processor to start mining. Now, if you have 200 Webdollars in your account, in your wallet, it'll automatically do the proof of stake mining. And they have proof of work and proof of stake, and it does it automatically. It spends 30% of its time proof of work, and then 66% of the time doing proof of stake. So if you have the 200 coins in your wallet, you'll be in good shape, and you'll be able to immediately start earning some Webdollars. This requires you to purchase nothing, and you can start earning some Webdollars. The good thing is that they've been put on Blockfolio. They've on multiple exchanges. They just opened up another exchange, BitRabbit, in Australia. I'm gonna give that one a shot and take a look at it. and it's good stuff and something you want to take a look at. Let's find an Electroneum winner. Let's go right to that. Let's bring up our YouTube, and I'm gonna go through here until we find an ETN entry. I'm expecting to find one pretty quickly, so let's pick another winner. This is going to be, now remember at the beginning of the show I told you I'm going to give away 3 1,000 Electroneum awards and 5 1,000 Webdollars. So we already got our first Webdollar. Let's go and find Electroneum. Alright, and we have a winner. Yay! So we have a winner, Jeff40, and he's put in here his Electroneum address, and he has won himself 1,000 Electroneum that we're gonna take from the super secret ASIC miner that I have locked up in my office, and we're gonna give away 1,000 Electroneum to Jeff40. Congratulations to you, everybody. We appreciate that, Mr. Dino. Let's put our music back on. Now what we're gonna do is take a look at our mining. Now, let's get my head out of the way. For Electroneum, I'm gonna slide this way. For Electroneum, right now our ASICs are not bringing in a whole lot of money. Everybody knows the Electroneum price is matching the all-time low, which is that 5 point something cents. I'll have to bring it up again. Let's go exactly. Let's talk with a sense of knowledge. Now, keep in mind. So yeah, we hit the 49 USD. I've had a lot of people ask me, "Hey Dino, why is this? Why is the price gone down as far as total value?" Now, take a look when you go down here. The big key is get rid of the market cap and the BTC price at first. This is the USD or the fiat value. All right, so if you take a look at Electroneum, it's been pretty much standard at this line that you see here, this support line that it's been going along. All right, and what I will say is that obviously when Bitcoin goes up, the Satoshi price is allowed to go down, but it'll still keep the same USD value. It's not what you want, but it can happen, and that's the reason why this USD price is kind of been flat since December. It's just been kind of flat as it's gone along. Now, that doesn't mean it hasn't gone up and down, and you see the static noise of a day to day. But when you look at, you pull yourself away and you look at it at the big picture on a daily chart, you can see pretty much the price has been just flatlined, and it's been sitting there since you look at it here, you got in that column since December, sometime in the middle of December. It's just kind of stayed flatlined in this range, hasn't gone much of anywhere, and you get a couple of little bumps and stuff in this flat. I mean, again, you have to look at it from the big picture. You know, today it could be worth 6.6 of a penny, tomorrow 0.4 of a penny, the next day 0.5 of a penny. But when you pull out, this is what really matters, is what's going on here. And what we want to see is start to see Electroneum actually making some gains. And that is going to take time. There's no doubt about it. There are other coins. If you're looking for stuff that's moving, that's market movers, you'll want to look in the top 20 coins, top 25 coins. They're market movers. That's the reason why they're at the top of the page. Right? So Electroneum being at the bottom of the 100 of the first page, this is what you're dealing with. And what we're looking for is all of the encroachments that they've put in place into the environment to come to fruition. So we'll see how this turns out as we go forward. Knowing that we're not going to see any news until May or June, I'm expecting this price to kind of stay this flat line to the middle of May, until we see, what kind of news or events that happen at that point. So we'll take a look and see what's going on. Now, overall, people ask me, hey Dino, why has there been so much downward pressure lately that has taken us to this 4.9, which is that half a penny, which is basically probably meeting our all-time low that's happened prior. I know we had an all-time low right back here. It was somewhere in this area here where it hit just under 0.5, and a couple things that come to mind. First thing is that we had this Cryptopia hack, and unfortunately Cryptopia had some of the largest amounts of Electroneum in their stockpiles, and with that in mind, they have all been locked up. And then what ended up happening is they opened up for people to look, and so they could see that their ETN was there. And then the beginning of the week they opened up for trading. So that's great. I can go in there and get my coins out. No, you couldn't. They locked the wallet so that you could not send or receive Electroneum. If somebody who had 200,000 Electroneum in Cryptopia, and they went in, logged into their account, and said, good, I'm going to move that to my Electroneum wallet, they couldn't. It was locked. So now the person had to sit to themselves and say, do I want to take the chance and leave it there, or do I want to see if Cryptopia gets their act together first? And so a lot of people just wanted to get their funding out of Cryptopia, let the dust settle. And the only way they could do that is they had to sell it and convert it into another coin like Bitcoin or Ethereum or something else. And they were letting Bitcoin transfer out of the environment. So people were getting out at all costs. I called it an exodus, and they were selling at whatever price that somebody was willing, and there was a captured market. So when you go to take a look, you'll see, let's go to, let's bring this up. Let's close this and this. Let's go to the markets, and how you can tell this, how I know this is not something I'm making up. All right, I'll show you how this works. You go down here to the markets, you bring that up, and you'll see all the markets that are available. Now, you take a look, and you'll be able to see the price that it's selling for. At the time, you got, some are still selling for, almost 6/10 of a penny. You got some that are selling at 4.6 of a penny. So coin deal is just over. So what happens is that it takes all this information and gives you an average. So let's take a look. If you go to, let's go to Cryptopia. And we click on markets. Let's see, it should be up here somewhere. Exchange. And I know Electroneum is one of their top markets. Let's take a look at that. Let's cover up the logo here and expand this. We can take a look and we'll see our prices. And we had a low of 75, a high of 88. All right. So what happened is that while it was still at 100 Satoshis on all the other exchanges, on Cryptopia, it was selling for 88, 89 Satoshis because people were selling it. And what happens is that it starts to bring down the average of the price when you have that on one particular exchange. Additionally, normally there would be arbitrage where people would be able to take those coins, move them to the other exchange and make the difference in the profit, and then everything kind of balances out. And because there was somewhere between a 12 to 15% discount of buying Electroneum on Cryptopia because everybody was trying to get the heck out. All right, and this caused a cascade effect to start to bring the price down. And this is where we are. All the other exchanges were keeping in tune and coming down as Cryptopia was coming down. Now the good news here, we take a look. Let's go to Cryptopia. Let's see if we can go to the chart, and let's go to the week. All right, so you can see here's the exodus. They opened up the trading right here, and as soon as they did, hey, I can't send my ATN. That means I got to sell them, change them to Bitcoin. So everybody started selling them. The price started to collapse. All right, and that went on. The good news is right about here. Actually, right about here. It seems to have found a bottom, but I thought that too here. It was going along, and then it collapsed a little bit more. And this was what happened right here. Everybody was selling out and doing their Bitcoin. Why this happened is that they stopped the Bitcoin wallet. So you couldn't even sell it to Bitcoin and then get your Bitcoin out. So people sold it, collected their Bitcoin, and then as soon as they opened up the Bitcoin wallet again, boom. Now, obviously what happened is that they were making money, and as they had enough Bitcoin to be able to cover the costs of people exporting, then they would make that available. And that's the reason why you see that secondary collapse right up in here. So I'm hoping that this will stay. It seems to stabilize, and the reason why I'm thinking that, I did see a couple of big purchases that brought it up in the time frame. So hopefully we'll start to see some stability in the price, which will then start to reflect in the other markets. So I'm hoping to see our downward spiral slow down and start to balance out as we go along. So you're looking at the last price was 82 Satoshis. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. Let's open up a new tab here, CoinMarketCap, and let's take a look. What is the average of all the other exchanges? And it's 94 Satoshis. So you can see that here, 94. So on Cryptopia, it's going for 82. Everybody else is selling it for 94 Satoshis. And that's the reason why the pull and the price down. Now, once everything stabilizes in Cryptopia, I'm gonna expect this to kind of fluctuate in that range, and then we'll probably start to gather some ground again and get back up, because usually Electroneum likes to hover in that half penny to 0.5 to 0.6 range. So we'll see where that turns out. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to go to the newest comments. Yeah, I don't know if you have to decide if you think that it's good to put money into Cryptopia and let it sit there. Hopefully they've got everything straightened up, and it's all squirreled up, and where people won't lose any money. Hey, let's pick another Webdollar winner. Let's go back. YouTube comments. I'm gonna pick Webdollar winner number 2 of 5. This is gonna be Webdollar number 2. I'm looking for an address right here that says Webdollar. If I don't see it, I'm gonna pick again. All right, so if you come up with an ETN address, you didn't win anything. It's got to be a Webdollar address, and I'm going to keep picking until I find Webdollar number 2. So let's do that. Let's pick a winner. And hey, I picked myself. Of course, I don't have an address, but I put it in a comment. And basically, this is great. And I sent out a comment that said that I was overwhelmed with the amount of love and goodwill everybody posted on my 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate all you guys doing that. Obviously, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. As you know, I kind of break up the videos and make other exciting things out of them, but little mini shows. But I do appreciate everybody that subscribed to my channel. I'm quite taken back that there's that many of you who want to listen to what I have to say, so I appreciate that. All right, let's pick another Webdollar. Let's go for Webdollar. I got an ETN address. That doesn't count. Let's go to the next one. ETN doesn't count. ETN doesn't count. H-Bomb just saying congratulations on the 1,000 subs, more than deserves. Here's to the next 1,000. Thank you there, H-Bomb, we appreciate that. And we got another ETN. Another ETN. I think there was like 70% ETN, so this may take a while. ETN, let's go another one, ETN. Come on. Let's fetch these again. Let's get a fresh fetch. Pick a winner. Webdollar, there we go. Congratulations to Francis. And we got winner number 2. Francis Nolin. And he won, congratulations to you, Francis, you won 1,000 Webdollars. And let's get right to an Electroneum winner. Now, I'm going to refresh, so it recompiles them. This is going to be for an Electroneum. Winner number 2 for Electroneum. I'm going to give away my second 1,000 winner. And let's see who we got. And we have Annalyn Rao. Congratulations to you. You've won yourself 1,000 Electroneum from Digitspin Crypto. And I'm going to write you down here so that I do not forget, because I will forget if I don't write it down. So that's my second winner for Electroneum and my second winner for Webdollar. Let's go back to see if we can find another Webdollar winner. I'm just checking the chat real quick. H-Bomb saying congratulations to all the winners. Yeah, we appreciate that, and that's real good. It's real good, and I do congratulate all of them. All right, let's see here. Let's refetch and let's find another Webdollar. This will be winner number 3 for Webdollar. Again, if it's an Electroneum, I'm gonna skip it and we're gonna keep going. I'm looking for Webdollar. So we fetched, and we'll pick. Wow, Jeff comes up. He's a lucky guy, man. Let's see here. Come on, fetch this. I don't like the randomness that's coming up here. Gary Dowling says, congratulations on the 1K subs. Let's see what else we got here. That's an Electroneum. Not good. I'm looking for Webdollar. Looking for Webdollar. And I'm going to keep going until I find a Webdollar. Not in there, not in there, not in there. This is Electroneum. 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 Hey, hello, my wife. Is that you texting me? You're probably watching me live at home. Make sure you feed the puppies. It's Electroneum. Let's see if we can keep going until we find our another Webdollar. I know they're out there. I've seen plenty of them. I hope I can give away 5. I'm gonna keep trying. Let's see here. Electroneum, Electroneum. Boy, you guys like Electroneum. Alright, congratulations. There we go. We got one. Winner number 3. Suharto Palawan. Congratulations to you. And I'm gonna send you 1,000 Webdollars. I'm going to get them out to you. Like I said, I'm going to be working on that tonight and tomorrow, getting out all these prizes. Alright. I'm going to see if we can find another Webdollar. Let's go for one more Webdollar, because that's 3. And I want to give away 5,000 Webdollars. 1,000 prizes. Let me see if I can find winner number 4, since we got Webdollar up. Let's try again. That's for Electroneum. 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 You guys love Electroneum. Alright, hey, we got a Webdollar. Number 4. And it's SFH DE ROOS. Congratulations to you. You won 1,000 Webdollars. He says, hi, Digitspin. I really like the intro. I think it's one of the best. At most videos, I skip the intros, but I listen to yours every time, and only 1,000 subs. congratulations, but that's a bit low. You really deserve more subs. Hey, you heard him. He says I deserve more subs. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Right from Mr. Roos. Maybe this will help change when more newbies enter the market and Bitcoin hits 20,000 again. I'm a true believer in Electroneum. I do trade, but not with Electroneum. I would assume he's keeping his Electroneum. Thanks for all the videos, and of course I'm gonna enter my Webdollar address because I am a collector. So we have Mr. DE ROOS's number, and so now that is number 4 for Webdollars. So I have one more prize to give away for Electroneum, one more for Webdollar. Let's take a look here, see if you guys have any questions, and we can continue on. We got 31 people online, so that's pretty exciting. Thanks guys, appreciate that. Let's see here. I'm gonna take a look and see what you guys are talking about. Okay, so Steve says, how do I get a Webdollar wallet? Dino, can you tell me how to get a Webdollar wallet? Let's try that again, put myself up here. Dino, can you tell me how to get a Webdollar wallet? I can only find a web page that creates them, but no idea how to save it. So real simple. You're gonna let's bring up a browser. See if I can move this over here. I'm gonna bring this right behind me. Thing gonna make me move my head. So if you take and you go right to Webdollar, and you're correct, you just go to the website. Let's put this here. Let's move this here. Alright, so you're going to go to Webdollar.io. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. You let your computer's running anyway. Let the browser run. You know, it's real simple. You go to Webdollar.io. It's going to load up the website. Obviously, there's some basic information there. But it's also going to instantly create a wallet for you, and you'll see that in this bottom section. It instantly makes the wallet. Let's see if I can blow this up some. Alright, instantly makes the wallet for you, and you'll see that the wallet's here. Okay, so let's shrink this down a little bit. If I click on the wallet, I'll see the wallet address, so I can copy and paste that and put it on, or give it to somebody to send me money. It'll tell you how much I have available, and if you're mining, what your potential earnings could be. Now, Steve was asking, how do I save it? And this is something you're going to want to do. You want to get it saved just in case you know, you wipe out your cookies on your machine, on your browser, or you know, your machine goes down, or something happens and they mess up your you know, Internet Explorer or whatever it is. So the next thing you'll do is you'll see right here there'll be a little down arrow. A little down arrow right here. Okay? You click on that down arrow and it's going to say, hey, you're exporting. And it's going to let you save this file. So you're going to put in a chip. Don't save it to your computer. All right? You never want to keep, because it has your address, and it has your private key, and it has everything you need. This way you can load it into another machine if you want. All right? So you want to put in a USB chip or something, or an SD card. Put it in your computer and do a save as. Save it to the USB chip. Pull out the USB chip. Now, on here, you'll have your keys and your public, and you'll have the file necessary. So if this gets destroyed or damaged, you can bring it up again, plug this in, and you can load the file back into the Webdollar browser, and it'll bring up your wallet again. All right, so you don't lose it, because if you clear all the cache or you do something like that, you can lose your wallet, and you don't want to do that. So that's the very first thing you want to do. Now, if you want to encrypt it, you can, but if you currently encrypt your wallet, you can't get the proof of stake rewards, and that's the majority of the rewards. The proof of work, You're obviously competing with everybody on proof of work. Proof of stake doesn't really use any power. It's low power consumption, and it's based on how many coins you have. You'll earn based on how many coins you have. So, and you'll do that by joining a pool. So that's important. So to make sure you save. All right, save your file, and then down here in the bottom, you can set up how much processing power. You can slide this little thing up and down to decide how much processing power you're going to use in proof of work. And it's as simple as that. You don't have to buy anything right now. You just computer's running. You open up your browser, start mining some Webdollars, start collecting them. Don't cost anything. The machine's running anyway. And those of you that have won the 1,000, they'll be able to stake those coins, and they'll be able to start earning more Webdollars because they have 1,000 in there. It'll start paying them based on how many Webdollars they have in their wallet, scrolled away in the wallet. That entices people to save their Webdollars because they can make more by letting them be staked in there. If I sell them, if a guy has 1 million Webdollars, he can make 1,000 coins a day. Type of thing. And if they sell them, if they sell their coins, then they can't make those thousands a day, or that 1,000 Webdollars a day. So, it entices people to hold them. That's the strategy behind it. They get the Webdollars, and nobody wants to send. The ones that do sell them, it helps bring the price up. Hopefully, Webdollar will do real well. But that's the concept behind it. And, try it out. You don't have to go buy any right now. If you want to, there's plenty of exchanges. They're priced really well. But the fact of the matter is that I mine mine. Keep thinking of Finding Nemo with the seagulls. Mine. So you can just mine them for now and get used to it. Learn how it works. If you see things going, or you really believe in the project, you can go to Telegram. Then if you want to put a few dollars into it, and go, that's your choice. You'll make the decision, but play with it first. See if it's something that's worthwhile, and go from there. You never know. It's a long shot right now. It's a to buy the coins would be considered a high risk venture at the moment. To mine them doesn't cost you anything, so there's no risk involved whatsoever. So it'd be silly not to mine them. That's how I see it. So that's my answer to your question. I hope I answered it well enough. Let's see if I can go back here. Seems like I lost my chat login here. Close that up. There we go. All right. I really wish Electroneum would add staking. Infinite wave. Yeah, I really wish Electroneum would add staking function to the wallet. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet if they could. Where you can keep them in your Electroneum phone, and then I'm gonna store them and squirrel them away there, and earn them. And it's a lot of work, because when you're doing true proof of stake based on what's locked into a wallet, or what's the available balance in the wallet, you have to be able to turn the value of coins into a mathematical formula that processes hashing. And so you would get a hash power based on how many coins you have. So instead of spending electricity, you're storing them in there, and then it looks at it and says, oh, you have this many coins, you have this much hashing power available to you, and then you earn from the blockchain accordingly. Yeah, it would be kind of clever. I kind of wish they did too, but that's not the way. There would be a huge level of effort to do that for Electroneum. So I'm not sure that that's going to happen. All right. Yeah, Paul goes, make sure you definitely back up your Webdollar wallet. You absolutely want to do that. It's real important. All right, so I got one more Webdollar and one more Electroneum. Let's see while we got it in the system. Let's see if I can find Webdollar. Now, remember, it's going to be just a Webdollar. If Electroneum shows up, doesn't count. I'm looking for a Webdollar address. So let's see what we got here. Let's pick a winner. And we got Electroneum. Electroneum. Boy, Electroneum is going to be easy to win. Matthew Gray says, congratulations, Dino. You deserve more than 1,000 subs, but your channel's growing, and that's awesome. Appreciate that, Matthew. It's good to have you here. We really appreciate you. Thanks, Matt. All right, let's pick another winner. Electroneum. Nope. Looking for that Webdollar. All right, let's refetch. Let's get these back in. Let's load them in. All right, let's pick Webdollar. There we go. We got a winner. Right out of the box. This is the final 5th Webdollar prize I'm going to give away. So instead of just giving away 1,000 and 1,000 Electroneum, we did 5 Webdollars at 1,000 and 3 Electroneum at 1,000. So congratulations to the Simple. And I'm going to write that down here. And he has won himself 1,000 Webdollars. And I will get those over to you. So that closes out the Webdollar win. And that's good. We have one left. One magic ticket for Electroneum left that we have to get out there. So let's see what we got. Let's make sure we had no more questions. So Matthew's saying, hey, Dino, I just want to let you know that buying Electroneum in-app is coming. I don't know. Where'd you hear this? It would be a nice thing to add. We'll see. We'll see if that should happen. I remember that on Tyler's video, Richard said that it would be something that they would have to look into. I would tend to think that there are some third parties that already have the regulatory requirements that they could work with. But people smarter than me will have to figure that out. Electroneum knows what they're doing, and they know that it would be a good thing for them if they could make that happen. So we'll see. I'm not expecting that right away or at all. But if it should happen, that would be pretty awesome. Unless Matthew knows something that I don't. Matthew goes, hey, Dino. He goes, sorry, Dino. Hate to tell you this, but can't give away... can't give away my secret source. So I hope not. Don't want you to give away your secret source. But obviously Matt knows something I don't. You're gonna have to tell me about that sometime. Alright. Phoenix Rising says, hey, you know what? I don't really care about the current price. I just care about them paying their overdue fees to a British company. All right. So, Phoenix Rising, I think you're talking about the registration fees. Let me put this to bed. I own a corporation. Every year, wherever I have the corporation registered, I have to refile my corporate documents that tells the state, who the owners of the company are, the directors, the executives, who's handling all the good stuff, the location of the company, and all that good stuff. I file it. It costs me $125. I post that in there, and I have till April 30th to do that. And if I miss the April 30th deadline because I'm still working with my accountant, I file it in May or June, and I have to pay an extra $200 as a late fee. All right, this is a no big deal. It happens all the time. It's just part of the process. It's just an update to the public records. All right, and to make anything more of it out of that is nonsense. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, ETN, all right, so he's saying, he goes, buying ETN with mobile airtime is a great way to enable the unbanked. So Imad saying, yeah, it'd be neat to be able to buy Electroneum with to be able to transfer airtime into Electroneum and vice versa. Yeah, because your airtime probably is not going to go up in value at some point where the Electroneum is. I was talking to Idrid, and he was saying that a lot of the folks in Uganda were kind of storing. We had a big discussion with him on Telegram, on the DigiSpin Telegram, and he was saying that, he goes, Dino, they're putting the ETN app on their phone, and when they get Electroneum, they're squirreling it away. A lot of them are trying to collect it and keep it there because they're thinking in a few years it'll be worth more. Additionally, this is the first time that they've had a savings account or bank account where they can put value into their phone and be able to then go and spend it when they want and to store value. You're saying it's huge for them, because right now he was telling me, and he showed me some pictures at there's different corners. There's like a little yellow phone booth. It's like a Western Union type of thing, and I forgot the name of what he called it, but they'll take, you can give them whatever, $20. I'm going to call it dollars because I'm not smart enough to know what the fiat is in Uganda, and you give them the $20, and then they can then send it to a booth in another city or across town, and then your friend can go and then go to the booth and give them their code or whatever, and then pull up that money and then issue it to them. So this way they can transfer. There's no banks that people want to use. It's just too costly. The fees are too outlandish. So they move money around through these little telephone booths. It's kind of clever. And he just was saying, now I got my phone. I pull up my phone, and I can keep my money there, and I can just send it right to the person. And then I can go into Idris's store, Uganda Mart, and I can pick up a charger for my phone and bleep, bleep, pay for it. He set up somebody that does haircuts, and we raised a lot of Electroneum for him to go to, him and 8 folks to go to one of the concerts for the youth, and they printed pamphlets, and I've seen some of the great stuff that he's doing, and he's going to start showing off, and they're all going to be displaying and showing off their Electroneum app, and how they can put the money right into their phone and keep it with them. This is the first time they've had something that even looks like a bank account, and they're just thrilled beyond belief. He just, and I'm not making this up. This is a guy that lives there in the city, and and he's telling me point blank, this is going to change the way that we will be able to take care of ourselves and be able to pay for things. We don't have to carry cash and get robbed or anything to that effect. So he sees a huge potential, a huge future in it, and expect it to happen. Let's pick another winner. Our last. We did our 5 Webdollars. We've got 2 Electroneum. I need 1 more Electroneum to give 1,000 Electroneum to, and I'm just dying to do it. Want to make it happen. Let's find out who's going to get this last one. All right, we're going to refetch. Let's refetch. I'm going to refetch this a couple of times. And here we go. This is for Electroneum. If it says Webdollar, it doesn't count. It's got to be an Electroneum address. I'm expecting it to come up pretty quickly, and here we go. All right, Fabio Avila, congratulations, we got a winner. Fabiano Avila. All right, congratulations to you. You've won 1,000 Electroneum right from the DigiSpin ASIC miner that's secured and locked in my office. So it's a super secret location, so we're gonna get that out to you. Congratulations to Fabio. That means I've given away a total of 3,000 Electroneum, and I've given away 5,000 Webdollars. I'm gonna do all the transactions tomorrow, and I'll be posting it on this video as we go along. So congratulations to all the winners. I appreciate each and every one of you that have subscribed and participated in the show. It's a great honor to be interacting with you folks, and I appreciate it. Let me just see if there's any last questions, and then we'll probably call it a night. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Yeah, Steve's finger, he crushed his finger, so he's at work. So yeah, I think he's doing all right there. I'm sure he'll tell you about it. All right, I don't see any major questions coming through. Those that donated on the super chat, very generous of you. I appreciate it. It was very thoughtful. We'll put those funding towards equipment or giveaways for the show, so it is appreciated, and I thank you, truly do. All right, everybody. What I'm going to do is bring this up. I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you again.